Hello guys, you're from Sharp 11 Music here. Today we will be looking at a lick from Eric Marienthal's solo on Body and Soul. This week I didn't actually choose a certain lick per se, but more a conceptual behavior of Eric on this tune. He always uses kind of the same way of putting a substitute on a dominant, and that's what we will be looking at today. He uses the ID throughout the whole tune a few times, I think 3 or 4 times more or less, and it's already there in the second bar like I just played. It's actually not that difficult of a concept. In the second bar normally there is a F7 going to the B flat major 7. And that's just a 5-1 solution, one of the most basic concepts in music. But on the little arrangement of the tune they definitely agreed on a substitutional 5 on the F7. And here they do a tritone substitution. They exchange the F7 for its tritone away a B7. As you can see and as you can hear, the keys plays it also. And because that 5 works, you can put before every 5 its relative 2. So that would be a F sharp minor 7, which I also put in there and which is also played by the keys. And it's actually more the F sharp 7 that Eric focuses on to make this substitution very apparent in his playing. Take a look at the note choice. I wrote in the chords the B7, but to be a real clear B7 there, we would need a D sharp, and there is none in there. In fact, Eric uses more of a F sharp triad as a bass, and then with an added 9, the G sharp on there. That's the sound he uses of a very clear minor chord on the F sharp. And let me give you a few examples of where he does a variation on this. There are 2 or 3 more places where he takes the same concept. Same note choice, just a different order. So I think that's a rather interesting concept. Instead of really taking that kind of lick, the exact lick, I just like the idea of putting there the F sharp minor and letting that resolute into a B flat major 7. So maybe take the same idea rather than the actual lick and yeah, go and fool around a little bit with it. That's jazz, right?
Jazz. Nice.
And if you want to keep the same mindset of relating to rather the minor, like Eric Marienthal is doing here, he wants to really think in minors, then you could also make from a B flat major 7, you could take the 3rd degree, which has also the same function, and make that minor, so a D minor. Then you can go from an F sharp minor to a D minor. So that's an interesting concept. When you do that, of course, and you take the minor, if you impose chords, I would always do it in a very clear way. So that would mean, for example, pentatonic is very clear, or like Eric does, the triad plus the ninth. That's all very clear notes to suggest another chord on top of another chord. So guys, fool around with that. I like that idea a lot. I hope you do as well. Another quick thought on this solo is a little, I don't know if it's a real technique, at least Eric does it, where he kind of simulates a reverb. No, it's actually more of a delay, but just by his tonguing. It's actually kind of a reverse half tonguing. You take the same note and then you just mute the note at the end when you want to close it off. So. And I think it has a nice, very nice bouncy effect, almost like a kind of slapback delay or a reverb. However you want to see it, I just think it's a little nice thing, which I only heard Eric do so far. I listened to quite some saxophone players over the time, but I wouldn't say, probably it's not unique for Eric, but it's definitely a asset on his playing, certainly in ballads.
Nice.
So guys, this was just a very small hint into how you can use a certain concept out of this solo. I hope you liked it. Tell me what you like about Eric's playing. There's so much to learn from this solo. Leave your thoughts in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I can. And yeah, that's that. See you hopefully next time.